Hi, it's Melissa here, and today I'm sharing a layout with you that I've made for our February reveal over at Let's Get Sketchy. What I just showed you there was the sketch that we were using for this week, and it's by Janessa Franco. Now I've just shown you how I made that doily pattern on the paper. I just laid the doily down and sprayed it with some gold Heidi Swap. So I'm using Webster's Pages Sweet Routine, and I'm just showing you there what comes with the collection kit is like a bonus package of files, folders, and some journaling cards, and they're really pretty. And I'm using this collection for all of my baby girl's first year album. So this is her 3-month photo shoot, and I'm a bit behind because she's nearly 10 months. But I take a photo on the 15th of every month. She was born on the 15th of April, and then I scrapbook those and put them in a separate album so that when you flip through you can actually see the changes month by month. And I've done that for my other two children as well. And that's actually how I started scrapbooking, was because I wanted to make a baby book for my son, and I couldn't find anything I liked. They're all quite I don't know, they had prompts and you just handwrite and stick a few photos in, but I wanted something a bit more beautiful. So here I am, I'm just cutting out of the pattern paper those imperfect circles. Are really pretty, and because I had made a layout already, so this is really a two-pager. This is the first page of a two-pager, and I made the second page for our reveal 2 weeks ago. So this one really focuses on her face, and the other page I did focused on her feet and hands, which are so cute when they're little babies. And if you go over to my blog, you'll be able to see that other layout. So I'm using a lot of the same papers and keeping it quite neutral with a pop of pink. The gold that you see behind my photo mat is just tissue paper, and I'm a bit of a hoarder, well, when it comes to wrapping ribbon and tissue paper. And I always think, what can I use on my scrapbook layouts that isn't essentially scrapbook product? And I think tissue paper adds a really nice softness, and the gold works really well with this collection. So I'm making my own embellishments there, and I've just punched out some of those circles, and so I naturally want to put one of those circles with one of the imperfect circles. So here I'm just making a banner to go on the side. Now the thing about our sketches at Let's Get Sketchy is that you don't have to follow them exactly to what they are. So the sketch had clouds, it had birds, it had circles, it had layers. But really I use those, whatever's on the sketch, I use it as a guide. So sometimes it might be a 2-photo sketch, but I'll adapt it for 1 photo, or vice versa. So you make it work for you. But if you are playing along with us, we do want to see that your layout has been created by the sketch. You can't just make a layout, link it up, and say it's part of the sketch and then it looks nothing like it. So yeah, it's really up to you. You can scrapbook anything you want. I love it. I used to struggle with sketches until I joined this design team, and now sketches are my go-to if I'm having a creative block. So I'm sticking down those imperfect flower circles with just double-sided tape, and then I'm popping up these little punched circles with Stampin' Up! Dimensional, and I guess it's like a little flare button, but just made of paper. And I like the dimension and the interest that that provides on the page. So here I'm sticking down that file tab, and that will end up having my date, which is the date that the photo was taken. Now I'll go a bit excessive on the double-sided tape here, and that's because tissue paper is very fragile. I've put 2 layers of tissue paper there, but I want to make sure, because I store my albums upright, so I want to make sure that when it's in the page protector it's not going to fall off. So I want to put extra support behind it. Normally I wouldn't go so extreme. So here I want to line it up so that the photo mat is in line, excuse me, in line with the piece of paper on the side. You have to excuse my voice because I've done RPM tonight, which is spin class, and I really pushed myself. And usually, excuse me, that means that my voice goes a bit strange after. So here's some washi tape from my stash, and the light pink also works really well with the colours in this collection. So I want to add some washi under there as well, just to have some continuity. And I didn't put it down, I put it too close to the edge, so best thing about washi is it's forgiving and you can easily move it. Not sure why my video is skipping there, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, didn't do that when I played it through before. So now I'm adding that little half circle. And I did consider popping that one up, but it looks better just like that. And another little circle. Now these stickers are also from the collection pack. They're so super cute. This Sweet Routine collection is not a baby collection. Webster's Pages actually did put out a collection for babies. I can't recall the name of it. But once I found out that my baby was a girl, and I looked at some of the sentiments on the stickers and the collection, a lot of the papers in the collection have sayings on them, like, I love it when you smile at me. And, I mean, some of them do say things like coffee time or referring to routines in the day, but I thought it worked really well with the growth of a baby over a year. So that's why I've gone with this one. That sticker's not working, and I've just added in that Maggie Holmes heart because my other layout, the title, is actually done with those thicker titles. So here I'm cutting out of this journaling card this circle with the camera in it, and I don't have a punch large enough, so I'm just going to have to wing it and cut it. So I'm just working out what looks better, whether to have it on top or tuck it under, and I decide that underneath looks good. So over at Let's Get Sketchy, we have several sketch artists, and all their styles are different, which means that it's a lot of fun because I adapt them to my style. Some of them will have a mixed media look, which is quite fun to play with as well, and other ones can be more clean and simple. Sometimes I find that if they're clean and simple, and for example they don't have a lot of detail, you can actually add a lot of your own detail in the background. So it's really whatever you want it to be. Now these letter stickers, excuse me, are Kaisercraft, and I would have got them probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I love them. And it's such a good feeling to use up old product. Now, I thought about having a mixed title, but what I found was it was just too much. This layout's really soft and pretty, and some of those patterns on those letters are very bold, like the stripe and the hash. So you'll see that, okay, there I'm deciding whether I want to have it slightly over the tissue paper mat or below, and I'll decide that below looks better. So at that point I've decided that it's not going to work, so I've gone with just the pale pink. And what you don't see is that I'll stitch underneath it, There I showed you the chipboard that comes in the collection, and I considered putting some down, but I decided no, because I've done enough with my own embellishments. So there's the final layout. I've put my journaling underneath the stitched lines, and I've added my India ink, and I've called it done.